Hey guys, here we are in the heart of Merida. There's a massive misconception when North Americans look to retire in Mexico that you have to choose between tiny, quiet beach pueblos with limited hospitals or chaotic, high-crime border cities. But what if you could live in a booming, world-class capital city that is statistically safer than almost every major city in the United States? Welcome back to Affordable Retirement Abroad. I'm Bill Hare, and today on GeoPension Journeys TV, we're capping off our Yucatán series by investigating the big Kahuna, Merida, and putting it through the 10 steps of the GeoPension Report Card. Merida is famous for top-tier private healthcare, culture, and incredible safety. But can an American senior on a Social Security check actually afford to live here without getting crushed by high downtown rents or brutal summer electric bills? Let's check the numbers. A single retiree can live a very comfortable lifestyle in Médica for around $1,500 to $2,300 a month, while a retired couple can easily secure a full, dignified landing runway for about $2,000 to $3,100 a month, provided you bypass the high markup expat bubble in the historic Centro area and look at established Mexican colonias just a few minutes north. If you insist on living in a fully restored colonial home in Centro, you're going to pay a premium gringo tax for rent, dining, and entertainment. But step just a few minutes north into local colonias and your daily expenses drop dramatically. Fresh local produce at neighborhood fruterias and the huge Mercado Lucas de Galvez, inexpensive local fondas, and domestic utility services mean your daily baseline expenditures stay remarkably low. Merida punches in an elite weight class for cultural venues, historic theaters, museum districts, and world-class dining. And the real GeoPension hack here is that you don't have to sacrifice any first-world convenience. You have immediate access to Dallas or Atlanta-style shopping malls, Sam's Club, Walmart, and even a unique Costco built over a natural cenote. Plus, if you want a beach day, you can hop on the cheap Auto Progresso bus, and in 45 minutes you'll be on the Gulf Coast for just $2.50 round trip. You get the world-class safety and medical infrastructure of a major capital city with a local currency savings of domestic Mexico. So for total lifestyle preservation, Merida truly stands as the big Kahuna. Let's dig into our 10 categories. Category 1, housing cost fit. Merida's rental market operates on a clear 3-tier spectrum. If you insist on living in a fully renovated 2-bedroom colonial home in the Centro district, you're paying the gringo tax. Expect $1,200 to $2,000 a month. However, if you move just 10 to 15 minutes north into the colonias that have long been established like Chuburná or Francisco de Montejo, you hit the GeoPension sweet spot, $400 to $700 a month for a clean, modern 2-bedroom home with AC. And as we profiled in our Satellite Pueblo Breakdown video, living in nearby towns like Santa Cruz Norte drops rent even further, under $250 a month, while keeping you connected by bus. Merida truly accommodates every budget level. Category 1 score, 8 out of 10. Category 2, healthcare access. Merida is the premier medical capital of southeastern Mexico. You have immediate access to world-class private hospital networks like Hospital El Faro del Mayab and Star Médica, staffed by English-speaking specialists trained in the US and Europe. And here's a game-changing straight talk update. Star Médica Merida now accepts direct billing for U.S. Medicare Advantage plans for emergency room services through their partnership with Lakeside Medical. That means if you suffer a sudden medical emergency, you can just use your U.S. Medicare coverage directly in Merida without paying tens of thousands out of pocket up front. Finally, out-of-pocket specialist visits run just $40 to $60 US. Category 3, safety and stability. Merida isn't just safe by Mexican standards, it is statistically one of the safest cities in the entire Western Hemisphere, carrying an official U.S. State Department Level 1 rating, the exact same safety level given to Canada or Japan. Merida's safety is so legendarily high that it has triggered an internal migration phenomenon known as Mexpats. Wealthy Mexican nationals from Mexico City, Michoacan, and Sinaloa are moving their families to Merida specifically to escape security risks elsewhere in the country. You can walk the streets at midnight with absolute peace of mind. Category 3 score 10 out of 10. Category 4, Walkability and Transport. Historic Centro is extremely walkable, though narrow sidewalks and heat can be challenging. But Merida's modern va-y-ven bus network is the best public transit system in all of Mexico, air-conditioned, wheelchair-accessible, with digital card taps for less than 70 cents a ride. Plus, you have cheap, constant Uber or Didi access across the city, easy flights via Merida International Airport back to the U.S., and the Auto Progreso bus takes you from Merida Centro straight to the beach in Progreso in 45 minutes for just $2.50 round trip. And don't forget the new train Maya, which rapidly connects you to other destinations in the Yucatán like Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Campeche. You do not need to own a car to live comfortably here. Category 4 score, 9 out of 10. Category 5, Community and Belonging. Merida boasts one of the most established welcoming expat communities in Latin America. The Merida English Library acts as a central hub for weekly book clubs, language exchanges, and art tours. Because the local Yucatecan culture is deeply polite, family-oriented, and peaceful, integration is seamless for newcomers. Whether you're dining with fellow expats or chatting with Yucatecan neighbors, you will never feel isolated in Merida. On my visit, I enjoyed a fabulous dinner in a local home with a great group of expats, and I really look forward to seeing them again when I return in a few months. Category 5 score, 9 out of 10. And if you're ready for a deeper dive into retiring to Mexico, check out my new book, How to Retire to the Yucatan on a Social Security Budget. It is so hot off the presses, I have to hold it with this oven mitt. Scan the QR code right here on the screen, or click the Amazon link at the very top of the video description to grab your copy today. Now let's wrap up the final 5 categories. Category 6, Language and English Access. While Spanish is essential if you want to navigate local produce hubs like the Mercado Lucas de Galvez, Merida offers the highest level of English proficiency on the entire peninsula, outside of major resort zones. In North Merida, doctors at Star Médica and Faro hospitals speak fluent English. Real estate agents, bank managers, and restaurant staff in tourist and expat districts communicate comfortably in English. It provides an exceptionally soft landing for retirees still learning the language. Category 6 score, 8 out of 10. Category 7, Climate and Environment. Here is where Merida takes its biggest financial and physical hit. The heat from April through September is intense, with heat indexes regularly exceeding 105 degrees. Air conditioning is not a luxury here, it's a medical necessity. And here's a gringo gotcha. If you run older AC units all day, CFE, Mexico's federal electric utility, will track your high usage and push you into their DAC tariff, which stands for High Consumption Domestic Tariff. Crossing that threshold strips away all government electricity subsidies, jumping your bi-monthly electric bill from $40 to over $300 a month. The takeaway? You must rent a home with modern inverter mini-split AC units and manage your usage carefully. High summer heat and humidity drag this score down. Category 7 score, 5 out of 10. Category 8, Pet Friendliness and Care. Merida is an incredibly welcoming environment for dog and cat owners. Modern 24-hour veterinary clinics and grooming salons across North Merida offer U.S. standard veterinary care, surgeries, and prescriptions for a third of stateside prices. On top of that, events like the Sunday Bici Ruta close major boulevards to cars, turning Paseo de Montejo into a massive dog-friendly walking corridor. The only caveat is pavement temperature during peak summer afternoons. Hot sidewalks mean early morning or evening dog walks are mandatory. Category 8 score 9 out of 10. Category 9 Visas and Practicality. Merida houses a major regional INM immigration headquarters, which means temporary residency card pickups and renewals are smooth compared to overwhelmed border offices. However, Mexico's strict residency visa solvency minimums, requiring roughly $4,300 a month in income or $75,000 in liquid savings, represent a significant cover charge for fixed income retirees. While Merida's daily cost of living is affordable, clearing this consular financial bar requires careful planning. Category 9 score 6 out of 10. And finally, Category 10, the Vibe Check. Merida's vibe is a unique fusion of proud Mayan heritage, European colonial elegance, and modern metropolis convenience. Every single night, the city hosts free public events, from traditional vaqueria street dances and symphony concerts to video mapping on historic cathedral facades. You get shopping malls on par with Phoenix or Toronto, a unique Costco built right over an azure blue limestone cavern, unrivaled safety, and rich culture. It feels sophisticated, peaceful, and deeply civil. When I retire for good in a few years, Merida will certainly be at the top of my list of places to settle down in. Category 10 score, 10 out of 10. So the data has been crunched. Merida, Mexico matches out with an official score of 84 out of 100 on our GeoPension Index. This makes Merida the single highest rated destination on our entire Yucatán Peninsula tour. Merida's a world-class top-tier capital city destination. It delivers unmatched safety, first-world private medical care with Medicare Advantage direct billing, and rich colonial culture. While the summer heat and rising Centro rents require smart neighborhood positioning, living in a modern colonia for $600 a month gives you an unbeatable quality of life on a fixed income. Thanks for joining me on this Yucatan series of videos. I hope you enjoyed them and found them valuable. Drop a comment below and let me know, is Merida at the top of your scouting list? Or do you prefer a smaller town like Progreso or Campeche, or another region of Mexico altogether? And don't forget to grab your copy of my new book, How to Retire to the Yucatan on a Social Security Budget. Please hit that subscribe button and join us in the coming weeks as we launch our GeoPension Overland Retirement Tour through Baja and Sonora in Mexico. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.